This is the first time I've been at the beach in a long time, like after sunset, more or less, like 6 p.m. I just stopped by, say what's up to Finger, introduce myself to him. I gotta check his spot out, maybe give me a plate or something soon. Vaca la calle. Ay. I don't like this at all.
Rico.toro. Real life experiences, personal observations. If you like that kind of thing, smash that subscribe, share with some friends, hit those likes, some of those. Que la que hay, mi gente. Hope you're well wherever you are. So, I'm gonna talk about a couple of things. Cash is king, and also this kind of crazy stuff going on with the curfew that just started today. It's a little bit weird. So, actually, this is like take number 2 or 3 of me putting out this particular topic, the cash is king, because yesterday I was out and about, took a few vacation days. I know it sounds funny, you guys think that I'm always on vacation because I'm in paradise, but the reality is, you know, even when I was in the States, once I started working remotely, I always left days on the table at the end of the year. It's use it or lose it with my company. And a lot of my coworkers that are used to going in the office that just started working remotely during the pandemic times, they're using their days. So I have to do some backup work while they're out. So this year I'm returning the favor and using my days. So anyways, I was out and about yesterday and took a few different clips, was piecing them together, and you know, one of the spots I was at Malibu's on the beach was kind of actually my sponsor for the day, this video initially. But, you know, and I commended him, Danny at Malibu's, I commended him on his music rotation. And then, you know, I noticed a few of the other clips, different areas of the beach and such. I really liked the music that was caught, you know, in my clips. You know, I'm the type guy, I like things authentic and natural, so, you know, that's just me. You know, I do this for the people, but also I do it according to what I like, at least at this stage. You know, likes or views, regardless, I do right now what I like, for the most part. And so, I pieced it all together, and YouTube blocked like 2 different uploads for copyright, for music copyright. So this is me starting all over. And you guys that don't know me, which is most of you don't really know me too well anyways, anything that I've ever become good at, it was through a lot of work. Nothing really was easy for me. Nothing I do that I'm halfway decent at is really easy or natural. Everything I do requires a little bit of work that I've, you know, which, you know, on the flip side, when you work hard and become good at something, you know, and I do believe I am good at a few things. I was a pretty decent athlete through a lot of work and did pretty well on the job at times and other professional positions and some business pursuits I had, but it's all through hard work, which when you get it that way, when you earn it, it also builds character and confidence. So this is not a confidence or motivational video, but maybe there's something that you can take away from that. So jumping right in kinda to the curfew first. So yeah, it came down from the Dominican president that the curfew is being rolled back 2 hours. So instead of 9 p.m., 7 p.m. Alcohol is not to be sold after 6 p.m. However, the weird thing about that is from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., it's okay to be out as if you're heading home. You know, it's like people getting off work or people that are just traveling, you know, from A to home being B, which, you know, I kind of interpret that as I go out there and like walk 20 laps up and down the block, and if I get questioned once, I can say I'm on my way home, and as long as it's before 9. So it's really weird in that sense. But like I say, we'll see if it has any impact on much. And you know, I can't speak on those after hour places or those that have certain loopholes and their policies or the rules that they're able to operate by. I would guess that there's no alcohol sold or served after 6 p.m. You know, and if I know otherwise, I wouldn't tell you guys on film. And I would encourage most people not to, because, you know, if you know something, you share with those closest to you or in person, those that maybe go to those places with you. But you know, we can't be blowing up anybody's spot, you know, here. So yeah, that's it. The curfew's just weird with that 7 p.m. curfew. You're allowed to be out, presuming that you're in transit home from 7 to 9 p.m. We'll see how that goes. Anything, like I said before, if you're concerned about or you don't like here, often you wait a day and there might be another change for the better or for worse. We will see. So, the main topic, cash is king. Cash rules everything around me. So, I got a couple of really good examples for this. So, I'm just going to throw random examples I've witnessed out there. So, you know, a particular friend of mine that used to come down here a couple times a year with me, he sort of boasted that he was like the GOAT at playing the non-pro contractor game. And, you know, he'd say, oh, I throw him a gift every now and then. You know, the brother would hit up Canal Street in New York, which, you know, is Chinatown, or he would hit up 28th Street, which is where the Africans are set up, have a lot of shops. So a lot of knockoffs, you know, high-end designer names, knockoff Gucci, Louis, Prada, etc., as well as anything from shoes to bags to colognes, you name it. Well, my brother, we'll call him Marshall for this example. And, you know, Marshall would get gifts and claim that that was basically his way of showing appreciation for a good oil change or tire rotation from his contractors. And so rather than just paying them their hourly rate, you know, to fix the refrigerator or, you know, change the locks on the door. So one night I'm hanging out with Marshall in Puerto Plata, and we're coming back this way, you know, with a couple of lady friends, and one of them spoke pretty good English that was in the front seat with Marshall. And he will deny this to this day. That's the funny thing. He'll deny the end as well. And I clearly as day, I have an awesome memory. Bad vision, incredible memory. So she looked right over at him and she says, Marshall, what do you plan to give me tonight? And he looks at her and sort of is mumbling, and he's like, I got you this really nice watch. You can have either the Gucci or the Prada or something like that. It's worth like $100. And she looked dead at him and said, I don't want no effing gift. I need money. And I almost, if I was eating, I would have spit it all over the back of the car. But, to this day, like, if I used to bust his chops about it, he'll swear that conversation never happened. He didn't remember it. And he just gave her a gift and she was happy, and that was that. So, another situation, a friend of mine said to me recently that, there was some people he felt bad for, kind of, on the island. So, he would set up tabs, like open restaurant bills at certain restaurants for them, to where, whether it was here or not, where if they asked for it, if they went in, they could get a meal, basically, that he, like I say, prepaid tabs to these establishments for. And, he said he did this for 3 or 4. And he said, ironically, none of them took advantage of the offer. None of them went in there and ever got the meal. And, I said, and he said, well, maybe it's because it's a pride thing, or maybe they're too proud. And I said, I don't think it's a pride thing necessarily. One, those are more touristy or gringo establishments. But 2, they need money. They prefer money, which kind of goes me on to like point 3. Sosua is a hustler's town. Dominican Republic in general is not all about money. It's about relationships and connections. I've tried to make that point before. But Sosua, a lot of people, whether it be the shoe shine boys or, other contractors, will say, they leave their homes, their barrios, their communities, to come here to try to get their daily grind on, their daily hustle. So when a lot of times people say they're hungry in Sosua, they're not really hungry. Because if they stayed home in their barrio or their town, a neighbor or a family member would always gladly give them a plate of food. They share food here. Dominicans have told me there's more starvation in the United States than here. Dominicans that have lived several years in both countries. So, and that was the thing with those that he was setting up restaurant bills prepaid for, is at the end of the day, they want money. When a couple of months ago, when I was having my party, one of my amigas hits me up and the day before and says, what will they pay me to come? I said, well, first off, they is me, and me, will have friends there. There will be opportunities for you to meet some good people, maybe make some money. You'll receive the plate of the day, and a drink will come with that, and you have the opportunity. And she says, I have plenty of food. I need money. So all I could say to that was, well, if I see, I see. If I don't, God bless, have a good night. So, and then it, brings me to the point of, some people believe that if they have top shelf liquor or certain herbals that they may indulge in, that, allowing someone to watch Netflix in a high-end vacation residence and indulge and share the top shelf liquor and some herbals, that's going to lower the contractor fees or rates, because they'll be so happy that you share that
high quality stuff with them. And the reality is, of anything, you know, some of these people are so poor and they have so many insecurities that all they do is feel worse about themselves and even more insecure when they see that. And it makes them feel like, you know, how could what they're offering me for my services, how can that really mean anything to them? Because they're clearly, you know, living this extravagant life. You know, even if these guys are living on ramen noodles, and all their bills are 2 months past due in the States before coming here in order to come and vacation like that. You know, that's something they will never understand, you know, these contractors and guests. You know, personally, when I used to come here a couple times a year from the States, you know, there were times when I did have to make a lot of sacrifices and juggle my bills and leave some pieces to pick up upon return from trips. So I do understand that, you know, a lot of times we do have to sacrifice, scrimp, and save in order to have a comfortable vacation. However, when it's overflossed, you know, trying to live like, you know, rap video dreams or something, you know, that some people had, you know, as if they want to live like they would have if they were in LA playing for the Lakers or something, you know, for a week or so. I understand it, but, you know, I think this is the wrong place to kind of do that, you know, as it just makes you a target, whether as a resident or as a tourist. And at the end of the day, cash is king.